towards the end of the season, but I wasn't catching up to the fastball.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing is really because I was kind of falling over a little bit with my load and my, getting ready to swing. So the biggest thing I worked on was, my posture, where the weight was on the back of my foot and really my front elbow.
There's an expression in baseball, many of you know it. I know you know it, which is, hey, you want to be a good breaking ball hitter, don't miss the fastball.
Exactly.
And you can take a fastball on the inside part of the plate and you can shoot it right center 15, 20 rows deep. Very few people in the major leagues can do that in their prime. You did it at 21 years old. What's the secret to your core explosion?
It's really, trying to drive that energy through the ground, whenever I swing. It's not, I had a tendency to slide a little bit. So this offseason I was really working on, when I land, a big talk about it was when you land, it almost looks like you're in your normal stance. So like the weight of, where you are should be almost the same. It shouldn't be, here, it shouldn't be back here. It should be center, of the ground, and that way you can rotate and use all the energy that you can. When you leak a little bit or you stay back on your back leg, you lose power. So
Right.
the biggest thing was, where can I get that energy, through my body and create that backspin, like I said, if I'm a little bit late, I still have that power to push it to right center.
And you've always kind of thought that way? Or is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
something
that's, my dad always driven that into me, anybody can pull the ball.
Okay.
Anybody can, but if you can work all parts of the field, you're going to be a more complete hitter.
As you focus on hitting the fastball, getting back on track with your approach, do you also work on hitting sliders, hitting curveballs?
I didn't really this offseason. It was more of if I have the correct swing, I can hit to that pitch. I can get to that pitch fine. It's like I said, it was more of cleaning up my swing, making it more consistent.
Okay.
That way I can still react to the fastball and then, see that second read. A lot of people don't know about, you make a read, as soon as the guy throws it, and then you make a second read, whether it's a two-seam, whether it's a slide.